know that you're on the board of a company called Nurex, which sells birth control just by ordering it on a smartphone app, which is awesome. And it looks like telemedicine is kind of becoming like the future of healthcare. How do you think about the risks involved in doctors prescribing drugs over the internet to patients that they haven't met?
I think this is such an important question. And let me be clear, I wish, and I have said this publicly, I wish Nurex didn't exist because I do not believe that women should have to rely on a private company to access birth control. Like, I wish that this were a role that the government provided, either directly through insurance or other mechanisms. And yet, at a moment where reproductive rights are under assault in our country, and it pains me that this is particularly true in my original home state of Arkansas, although not uniquely true in Arkansas, I think we do need other innovators to step into the breach. And one of the things I like about Nurex's model is that it is doctors and nurse practitioners doing the prescribing, and if there are any questions, there still has to be an inpatient, face-to-face, like doctor visit, which I think is a hugely important safety mechanism. And yet, because so many women are worried about being stigmatized for being on birth control, so many women who are even insured, and this is not only something we see at Nurex, it's something we see like in other companies engaged in similar work, many still choose to not file for reimbursement through their insurance companies, which also says to me this is still an area of tremendous stigma in our country, and it shouldn't be, because women should be able to set whatever reproductive kind of health horizons and cadences we each determine are right for ourselves, and we should be able to change our minds about that at different points throughout our life. So Nurex is still very heavily centered on doctor and nurse practitioner patient relationships, and a significant portion of people actually still have to circle through inpatient doctor visit. And yet, this whole area of stigma isn't only kind of pervasive in birth control, it's also why Nurex is engaged in PrEP and in trying to think about other areas of stigma as being real opportunities for trying to not only ensure people get the diagnoses and care they need, but also as a way to ameliorate stigma over time. And yet again, I wish Nurex didn't exist. And yet I'm very grateful, particularly at this moment, that it does.